Alrighty. Today we're behind 301, at least that's what it says on the front here. 301 South Main Street. And I'm not sure how old this thing is. Older than dirt for the most part. Shows up easily on the 1885 map. And back just to the other side of the tree along the property line there. Originally, at least 1885, there was a two-story brick outbuilding. I beg your pardon, this does show up on the 1876 map as well, so it's at least that old. I'm guessing Civil War period. Anyway, I've had a few ideas about where the privy is or should be. Probed it with my 4-foot probe yesterday. The whole back section where that brick building is in the background, there's an alley back there, and this side of the alley were a number of outbuildings. The only one that shows up with any consistency is the brick one, and all the others are just too weird looking for a privy. So my idea was to go along the property line, which was about 5 steps along here away from the building, and I hit absolutely nothing. All the way to the back tool I hit what felt like a wall to that 2-story brick structure. So we're here to reset the dial and see if we can't hunt more intelligently and find something. Well, alrighty, it is Friday. Friday before Easter, which doesn't tell me much. And I should have looked at the date. I should know the date. 15th, there we go. 6 p.m., getting a late start, but I'm just gonna open up this little corner back here. At least I believe it's a corner right there where the pink guy is, and yeah, over there should be another corner. Oh, and I'm behind this house, not that house, but this house. 221, I believe it is. Anyway, it's old. Almost 150 years old. It may be even older. Hard to tell. Anyway, the only thing that has consistently shown up on the maps is right where I'm standing, and it goes all the way back to somewhere back here. That's an alley, old alley back there. I suspect it wasn't here when this house was built. And what you see there is a retaining wall, so I don't think it goes much further. But it could actually be in the alley partly. This was a hotel and a boarding house at different times. On the earlier maps up to 1917. And after that, I don't know what the hell it's been. But it's been vacant for the 5 years I've been here, and I have permission to dig. So, even though it's cold and windy, well, it's not really cold, but it's windy, and that annoys me. Worse than cold. So anyway, I'm going to open up this little corner here and see if I can find something worth coming back tomorrow for. That's the plan. Well, after 45 minutes of digging, maybe an hour, I'm into something here. I mean, you can't convince me that's not a wall. No typical mortar, like chimney mortar or little evidence of some sand, you know, the thin layer of stuff I've been finding in this town. But I can't hit a wall this way, and I haven't tried to hit a wall that way because that should be way over there. So my goal is trying to find out where the damn wall is this way. It should be, I should be on it. But so far, no luck. But definitely something going on here, and it gets real soft, and it's going down once I get underneath a few of these bricks. Good God, I don't know how I got a probe through any of that. It's crazy. They were all laid out like a freaking patio, damn near. My biggest fear is it's going to turn into a giant cistern, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm into. Otherwise, we'd be seeing mortar, and you know, we would see some plaster or something. Also, I've run into a smattering of artifacts. A big metal spike. More importantly, butcher bones. Bones that have been cut by a saw or a butcher or whatever. So it's not Fido being redug. And, you know, some pottery bits. That was kind of a fancy, I don't know what. Number of plates and dishes. Here's a piece of a 1858 mason jar. And I got a couple of little shards over here that show some good age. So, and we're not even 2 feet deep yet. I mean, that's my 2-foot shovel, and as you can see, we're not there yet. So I'm going to give it hell for a little longer, see if I can't find that back wall back here, and hopefully start from there tomorrow. Yeah, that's the plan. Alrighty, well, about an hour and a half later, and shoo-wee, there's a lot of bricks down there. Considering this thing was listed as a 2-story brick outbuilding, I think there's 2 stories worth of bricks right there. It's taking on a lazy curve here. Interestingly enough, these bricks, I'm 99% sure, are laid in with that angle brick. I've only seen that 2 or 3 times before. And what this lazy curve is reminding me of is the one in Palmyra that turned out to be football shaped. I thought it was going to be a monster 12-foot diameter cistern, and fortunately the lazy curve came to a point right about in there, and then started to curve back around, which pleased me no end. And that bad boy was 10 feet long and 10 feet deep and 5-6 feet wide. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing's going on here. I would not. Tomorrow we should find out something a little bit more conclusive, one way or another. One thing's for certain, I'm 99.99% sure this has never been dug. Yeah. For a number of clues and reasons that I'll leave unmentioned for now. And I'll be back tomorrow. Good night. Today, Saturday, April 16th, day before Easter. Day in between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. About 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm about ready to clear my throat and lungs. And I don't even smoke. Good God, imagine if I smoked. Still. Anyway, we're here to give it hell today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Late tomorrow. But in typical fashion, they keep backing things up, so who knows. Anyway, that's tomorrow. This is today. Today we're going to get answers. Yes, we're going to get the truth. Why? Because I can handle the truth. I can handle the truth. Son, we live in a world. Oh, never mind. I think I watched that movie too many times. Yep.
I did a couple shovelfuls out right there beside where you just stepped in to see if that's the bottom burst.
Hmm.
What's that?
No, got all that by hand. No landfill in it.
Huh?
So this has got to be one of the strangest holes I've ever been in. I mean, it's got the weirdest configuration. It goes back like a boat, pointed back there. And it's got this intersecting wall here to this corner. So far, this is the only spot that shows any signs of being an actual privy. I'm gonna hopefully finish it out in the next hour before the rain starts. Which is not likely, but we'll give it hell. Hoo-wee. After a couple hours of digging, I got this small privy hole dug out. Small as in weird shaped. And no fewer than a dozen Parker's hair tonics, balsam, whatever the hell they are. Hair balsam. Every one machine made, but early machine made. Got a couple of coochie salve jars, bottles. One's machine made, the other one's not. And a lot of face cream jars, and beer bottles, and whiskey bottles. Tell me one most likely story. It was a brothel here during probably 1910, 1920 period. I got a fish cod liver bottle. I've never dug one of those before. A nice one, looks like the fish bitters. And a milk glass bottle. It's the only tool top embossed, well, other than the coochie salve. Oh, and you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's for a horse. Yeah, we're not going to go there today. So anyway, time to fill it in before it rains. It was supposed to be raining by now. I've just gotten lucky. Yep. Well, alrighty. These were the keepers out of that dig with the fish cod liver oil bottle. I usually don't get excited about machine-made bottles, but this one's pretty cool. Having never dug one before, and I was digging the base first, and I got to these the fin lines and scales, and I'm like, what the hell? My buddy Brandon and Quincy said some of these are marked Eli Lilly or EL or something on the base. And apparently Eli Lilly's wife really liked the fish bitters, had a thing for them, and so she highly suggested that he buy the old fish bitters molds and market his cod liver oil in them. So that's one story. Supposedly, I don't know, but supposedly I've heard some of these earliest ones come hand blown, but I haven't seen one yet. Anyway, beautiful light color and in perfect condition. So, you know, what's to complain about being machine made if it's identical to the fish bitters, right? I'm tempted to go buy a fish bitters just to have one next to it. This mother's friend didn't come out of this particular dig, but an exact duplicate machine made did. And in typical fashion, I gave that away to one of the folks digging there, along with the machine made Laxol and a few other things. But one of the things that surprised me that I kept that was machine made, did not know they made Mrs. Winslow's soothing syrup machine made. I thought they were defunct and gone before then, but here it is, Mrs. Winslow's soothing syrup, Anglo-American Drug Company, successors to Curtis and Perkins. So that sort of completes my age run of Winslow's soothing syrups, from machine to Ponald. And probably my favorite non-machine made bottle out of the whole is this bad boy. I mean, not only is it a cool cosmetic bottle in milk glass, but it's the only one that wasn't machine made that came out of the hole that had any real interest, that I even kept. Velveteen, Skin Beautifier, the Goodrich Drug Company, Omaha, Nebraska, or Omaha, USA. Could have been Omaha, California. Could have been Omaha, Peyton Manning's living room. Omaha, Omaha. Okay, enough of the jokes, Jack. Yeah, I have a small collection of milk glass cosmetic bottles. Most of them are variants of Hagen's Magnolia Balm, but that's kind of what I expected when I dug this up. And I'm like, oh no, that's something different. So that's cool. So anyway, there you have it. A rather late privy dig, if it indeed was even a privy. I mean, that building was older than dirt. Should be another older hole again. That's just, you know, I might as well get it tattooed on my forehead, you know. No, that wouldn't look good. Never mind.